Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're plunging headfirst into what might just be the most talked about event in tech, uh, Google I/O 2025.
Definitely felt like a big one this year.
Yeah, it wasn't just, the usual new gadgets or software updates. It felt like a really profound statement about the future.
Yeah, absolutely, with AI, specifically Gemini, right at the absolute core of everything.
Exactly. So we're going to unpack the biggest announcements from Google's annual developer conference. We want to pull out the most important insights about AI advancements, some really eye-opening new hardware, and those game-changing tools for creators and developers.
That's the plan. We've looked at the official developer keynote, that huge, almost overwhelming 100 things Google announced list.
Right, that list was something else.
Yeah. And expert commentary from around the industry, even some behind-the-scenes reactions. Basically, our mission today is to cut through all the buzz.
You give you that shortcut.
Exactly. A shortcut to being well-informed and help you understand what all these rapid advancements really mean for you, whether you're a user, a creator, maybe even a developer.
Okay, so the big theme, the thread pulling it all together, seems to be Gemini. It really feels like Google sees it as this universal AI assistant, almost like a new kind of operating system running underneath everything.
That's a good way to put it. Foundational. It's astonishing how quickly this is all moving. Gemini is clearly positioned as the brain, the core intelligence across their entire ecosystem.
And how's it actually performing? We hear lots of hype about different models.
Well, Gemini 2.5 Pro, it basically just swept the El Marino leaderboard, which is, a pretty respected independent benchmark for how well these large language models stack up against each other.
Okay, so top of the charts there.
Yep. And it's now the leading model for learning, thanks to this deep integration with something called LearnLM.
LearnLM, what does that enable?
Well, think beyond just technical benchmarks. This signals a new frontier in personalized adaptive learning. It could fundamentally change how educational content is consumed, maybe even created.
Like a truly personal AI tutor.
Exactly. Imagine an AI that understands your specific learning style and adapts lessons in real time. That's the potential here.
Wow. Okay. And what about for developers? They need speed, Ray.
For sure. And for them, Gemini 2.5 Flash is now generally available. It's designed to be lighter, faster, really optimized for those rapid high-volume tasks.
Got it. And you mentioned scale earlier.
Oh, the scale is just mind-boggling. Google's processing over 480 trillion tokens a month now.
Tokens being like parts of words for the AI.
Roughly, yeah. Words or parts of words. And 480 trillion. That's a 50x, 50 increase from last year alone.
50 times. Okay, that really puts the acceleration into perspective.
It really does. It shows how much data is just constantly flowing through their AI systems now.
So Gemini is the engine running under the hood. But for most people listening, where this AI really hits home is probably Google search, this AI mode. What does that actually mean for our everyday searches? It's rolling out in the US first, right?
Yeah, starting in the US. And AI mode, it's not just another button you click. It's a total rethinking of how you'll interact with search.
Oh, so?
Imagine asking Google much longer, more complex questions using natural language, just like you talk to an AI chatbot. It shifts search from just matching keywords to being more of a conversational partner.
Okay, interesting. What kind of new things can it do?
Some really powerful stuff. For those really deep questions, there's deep search. It can pull info not just from the web, but from your own stuff like uploaded PDFs, images, even linked documents from Google Drive and Gmail.
Wait, so if I'm planning a trip and have a bunch of PDF guides saved?
Deep search could synthesize all of that for you, give you a combined answer based on your own documents and the web.
Okay, that sounds incredibly useful. What about using the camera? More active searching?
Absolutely. That's Search Live. It's coming this summer. You can literally use your phone's camera, point it at something, and talk back and forth with search about what you're seeing in real time.
Like pointing it at a leaky pipe under the sink.
Exactly. And search could potentially identify the part you need, maybe even guide you on how to fix it. It's like having an expert right there with you.
Okay, that's cool. And you mentioned something about it doing tasks.
Right, agentic capabilities. That's built on something called Project Mariner. It means search can act like an autonomous agent handling multi-step tasks for you.
So not just finding restaurants.
But actually making the reservation or securing event tickets, taking those little chores completely off your hands. It's moving from just finding information to actively assisting you, almost like a personal concierge.
Wow. Search as a concierge. That's a shift. What about handling complex data, like sports stats or finance?
That's coming soon too. Data analysis in AI mode. It'll be able to analyze complex data sets for those kinds of queries, sports, finance, and create custom graphics, visualizations. Just bring the data to life instantly.
So you could see player stats visually compared or market trends.
Precisely. Makes dense data much easier to grasp at a glance.
Okay, that covers a lot for general search. But what about shopping? That's a huge part of Google. Any AI magic there? Anything really groundbreaking?
Groundbreaking is probably the right word, yeah. The new AI shopping experience uses these personalized, browsable mosaics of products. It combines advanced AI with Google's huge shopping graph database. It's aiming for more visual discovery, not just search results.
Okay, visual discovery. But what was the showstopper?
Definitely the virtual try-on. This was pretty wild. You can now virtually try on billions of apparel listings.
Oh, yes. How?
You upload a photo of yourself, and the AI then custom generates how that specific piece of clothing would actually look on your body. It considers your shape, the fabric's drape.
Whoa. Okay, that is groundbreaking. Huge potential for cutting down on returns, I imagine.
Massive potential, which is a huge cost for retailers and, a hassle for us as shoppers.
True. Any other shopping helpers?
Yep, agentic checkout. You can tap track price on something you like, set your budget, and the AI will notify you when the price drops. It might even help you complete the purchase at that desired price.
So it's watching prices for you and helping you buy. Okay. Now, a lot of these sound like advancements on things Google already had, like AI overviews. How are those fitting in? Are people actually using them?
They're scaling really fast, actually. AI overviews are apparently reaching 1.5 billion monthly users now across 200 countries, and they're driving over a 10% increase in usage in major markets.
1.5 billion users. Okay, so people are finding value in those AI summaries. That definitely backs up their move towards more generative search.
Yeah, the adoption seems strong. It validates the direction.
Okay, so beyond search, the Gemini app itself is evolving, becoming more personal, more proactive. Gemini Live, getting camera and screen sharing. That makes sense.
Right, richer interactions.
But the thing that really jumped out at me was the personalized smart replies in Gmail. The idea that Gemini can use your past emails, your files from Drive, to draft replies in your actual tone and style.
It's pretty powerful.
It offers incredible convenience, right? Like, imagine getting hiking advice based on some old spreadsheet you totally forgot you made. But it also raises that big question, doesn't it? We're giving AI access to our most personal stuff, old emails, private documents. How do we, balance that convenience with privacy? What's the thinking there?
That is the million-dollar question, maybe the trillion-token question now. Google emphasizes safeguards, keeping personal data on device or within your private Google space, not using it to train models for others. But it really highlights that broader societal debate we're having.
It comes down to control, I guess.
Exactly. User control and transparency. Knowing what data the AI is accessing, having clear ways to manage that. For us as users, it's about weighing that incredible convenience against our comfort level with sharing that context.
Makes sense. Were there other cool Gemini features?
Yeah, a few others. It can help create interactive quizzes now. There's a new Create menu in Canvas that lets you turn text into infographics, web pages, quizzes, even these podcast-style audio overviews.
Audio overviews.
Interesting. Yeah, in 45 languages. Think about the possibilities for content creation there. Plus, there's an experimental agent mode for the Google AI Ultra subscribers, where Gemini can actually get tasks done across different apps on your behalf.
Like a super-powered assistant?
Kind of. And Gemini is also coming to the Chrome browser for desktop users, integrated right in.
Okay, so AI is everywhere in the digital space, search, email, creation. But I/O also gave us a strong sense of AI stepping into the real world. Through hardware, what stood out there?
Yeah, the future form factors section was definitely about that, showing Google's commitment to AI and physical devices. Android XR was a big focus. That's their extended reality platform.
Right, we saw that Samsung headset tease, Project Muhan.
Yeah, designed for immersive experiences, infinite screen, all that. But the really captivating demo, I thought, was Gemini on Android XR glasses.
Okay, AI glasses, what could they do?
Imagine a subtle monocular display just in the corner of your eye. You activate it with a touch or voice command. It could identify objects you look at, answer questions.
Like Google Lens, but hands-free.
Kinda, yeah. But also provide directions with a 3D map that moves with your head's orientation, which could finally solve that awkward which way do I turn dance when you're following map directions.
Yes. That would be amazing.
You could also take photos and even do live language translation right in your field of view.
That real-time assistance, especially the navigation and translation, sounds genuinely transformative for just getting around daily life.
Totally. And what's really telling, I think, are those partnerships they announced with eyewear brands like Gentle Monster and Warby Parker.
Right, fashion brands, not just tech companies.
Exactly. It signals Google's serious about making glasses people will actually want to wear all day, not just clunky tech demos. They're aiming for mainstream style and adoption.
Makes sense. What about communication? Anything new there?
Yeah, Google Beam. It's the evolution of Project Starline. Remember that?
Vaguely. The 3D video call thing.
That's the one. It uses AI to take a standard 2D video stream and transform it into a really realistic 3D immersive video call. They're working with partners like Zoom and AGP on this. The goal is to break down physical barriers, make remote calls feel much more like you're actually in the room together.
Seeing a proper 3D version of someone, not just a flat picture.
Yeah, volumetric representation, more presence.
And for just regular meetings in Google Meet.
Real-time speech translation is now available directly in Meet. It uses Google AI, happens almost instantly, and crucially, it tries to maintain the quality, the tone, even the expressiveness of the speaker's voice during translation.
So it's not just robotic translation. It sounds like the person.
That's the goal, preserving that human nuance across languages. It's a huge step for global teams, fostering better understanding.
Okay, let's shift to the people building all this stuff, the developers. How are they adopting Gemini?
The numbers are pretty huge. Over 7 million developers are apparently building with Gemini now. That's a 5-fold increase from last year.
Wow, 5x growth in developers using it.
And usage on Vertex AI, that's Google's platform for building and deploying ML models, usage of Gemini there is up 40 times in the same period.
40 times. Okay, so developers are really jumping on this fast.
Yeah, it shows a massive acceleration in integrating Gemini into apps and services.
So what new tools did Google give these developers? Anything powered by AI itself?
Loads, a whole suite, really. First up, Jules. It's an AI agent for GitHub repositories, currently in beta.
An AI agent for code, what does it do?
It helps developers improve code, understand complex code bases better. You can delegate coding tasks to it. It can even give you audio overviews of recent changes to the code.
Like, summarize the last week's commits for me.
Exactly that kind of thing. And coming soon to Android Studio, there's the version upgrade agent.
Okay, what's that? It sounds potentially life-saving for developers.
It could be. It aims to automatically update dependencies, parse release notes, build the project, even fix common errors during version migrations. Anyone who's spent hours or days on that process.
Like how painful it can be. Yeah, that sounds like a dream.
Right. Huge time saver, fewer headaches. Then there's Gemma 3N.
Another model.
Yeah, but this one's interesting. It's an open multimodal model, engineered to run smoothly even on mobile hardware, needing as little as 2 GB of RAM.
Open model, runs on phones, and multimodal means.
It understands and processes different types of information together: audio, text, images, video, all at once. That's huge for building AI features directly onto devices where resources are tight.
Gotcha. Any other specialized models?
2 more key ones. Sign Gemma, which is an upcoming open model trained to translate sign language, starting with American Sign Language, to English text. Big potential for accessibility apps.
Definitely for the deaf and hard of hearing community.
And Imagen. This is Google's most capable open model yet for medical tasks. It understands medical text and images, designed for things like analyzing medical scans. Could really speed up diagnostics and research.
Okay, so specialized AI tools becoming more accessible. Anything else on the developer front? General updates?
Yeah, the Ural platform updates too.
Yeah.
Flutter 3.32, that's their UI toolkit for building apps on different platforms. Enhancements to Firebase Studio and something called Firebase AI Logic for building AI apps faster. And the Android 16 developer beta is out, featuring Material 3 Expressive.
Expressive, what does that mean?
More haptics, more refined animations and aesthetics for apps. It feels like they're really trying to make it easier and more powerful for developers to weave AI into everything, from the back-end logic right through to the look and feel of the user experience.
It's not just adding AI features, it's like fundamentally changing how software gets built.
It really feels like a foundational shift for developers, giving them tools that were basically science fiction just a few years back.
So wrapping this up, we've taken quite a deep dive into Google I/O 2025. It's clear AI isn't just some buzzword anymore. It's actively reshaping how we search, how we create, communicate, even how developers build new tech.
Yeah, from those personalized smart replies that sound just like you write.
To AI-powered glasses that can literally see what you see and help you navigate the world, the integration is becoming incredibly profound, touching almost every part of our digital lives.
The pace is just Staggering, isn't it?
Yeah.
What stood out most to you from everything announced this year?
For me, it's that feeling that the promise of AI, an AI that understands context, assists proactively, it feels much closer now, moving rapidly from just research ideas into actual products that billions of people might soon use.
Yeah, it's becoming very real, very fast.
And that brings us to a final thought. As AI gets this sophisticated, blending so seamlessly into our lives, even generating content that mimics human creativity, like the VO3 model creating video with realistic audio and dialogue.
Right, and tools like Synth Detector trying to spot that AI-generated content.
We're really entering a new phase of digital reality, aren't we? So the question for you listening is, how does our understanding of truth and authenticity evolve in this world? When AI can sound like you or show you what it sees, maybe even act for you, what responsibility do we all have as consumers, as creators, in figuring out what's real versus what's artificial? It's something we'll all be grappling with.